Funding for Fair 2022 is brought to you by Friends, the Iowa PBS Foundation, and by
For more than 110 years, EMC Insurance Companies has served policyholders, independent agents, and local communities, providing insurance products for both business and life. Count on EMC.
I am Kevin Rasmussen, and I am a pig farmer. We feel a deep responsibility to protect our environment and ensure sustainability. I think it's important to share our story and that others know that we're always striving to do better.
We're swinging into the final moments of Fair 2022, but there's still plenty of time to enjoy the fun and excitement of the Iowa State Fair. I'm Bill Riley, and welcome to our Friday night fair coverage on Iowa PBS. We've got another full hour of highlights ready to roll. We're gonna feel the thunder at the truck and tractor pulls, watch a fun food demonstration in the kitchen, and we're gonna find out who can fling a cow chip the furthest. But before we do all of that, we'll enjoy some highlights from the annual Iowa State Fair Veterans Parade. It's always a privilege to honor those who have served our country, and this year we have the unique opportunity to celebrate our female veterans.
Next, we have members of the Women's Veterans Action Committee from American Legion of Iowa. Their mission is to raise awareness of women's veterans' needs. Today's Grand Marshals are a group of outstanding military service women. Mary Ellen White graduated from Mercy Hospital School of Nursing in Cedar Rapids, where she joined the Army Student Nursing Program.
Oh, this is really neat. I think it's time they recognize the women veterans. Yeah, because our welcome home wasn't too good when I came back, and they're doing better now with the people coming back from war. But it's quite a bit different from when we went and came home. We were a single individual. We didn't go in groups mostly. I mean, there were some of the guys that did the dirty work went in groups, but. Like all the nurses, everybody went. You had orders just for yourself. It wasn't for a group.
Long Fei. She's a 35-year member of Vietnam Veterans of America. Her last office was the National Secretary. She is the only known woman, Vietnam veteran, still living in Iowa.
I have a son who's in the reserves, and once in a while I will be at his unit and be able to talk to younger women. But I know I've had a lot of them say, well, you guys paved the way. And I said, well, thank God that you guys don't have it so bad.
Now we have 4th Des Moines own 103rd Expeditionary Sustainment Command Army Reserve. I'd like to thank all Iowans for their support of veterans.
People are very aware of veterans nowadays, I think, and they're very accepting, friendly, recognition. So things have greatly improved.
Getting time with Ernie Barnes is not easy, but we were able to get you on a different golf cart. You okay riding with mine?
I'll trust your driving.
Okay, so this is a corn dog conversation, so before we get started, I got to give you one of these.
Goodness.
You all right with that?
And you got the best brand out here. I'm not saying who it is, but it's the best brand.
All right, let's go for a ride. We're going to go around your building because I want to learn more about what you do as a swine superintendent.
Sounds great.
What does the swine superintendent mean? What's that job?
You're basically in charge of the entire barn. I've got a crew of about a half a dozen people that help us do that, but like this week we've got 4-H pigs into the barn. I don't have a lot to do with the 4-H exhibitors, but if they need some help, if a water drain would plug up, we get a hold of maintenance if we have electricity issues. So I'm supposed to be the know-it-all for the entire barn, and more times than not, the barn runs us. But it's a great atmosphere to see all of our friends.
Walking around here, people come in around your door, and they want to look at the big boar. Do you hope that they take a little further step into the barn?
We'd like for them to see the young people, and it's amazing how the young people we put next to the big boar will share their pork production knowledge with them. And they get asked all kind of questions. So it's a good educational opportunity for those young people to talk about the big boar as well as pork production here in Iowa.
Ernie, when you walk around, I was asking about walking around the building, and now I want to say stop for a minute, because when you look in and see all these families, I mean, right over our shoulder there's a young family that she can't be much more than 5 or 6. What is it like to see the generations take part in something at the fair like a hog exhibit?
It's probably one of the biggest reasons I do this. Over the years, and I'm in my 20th or 21st year of doing this, I've seen 2 generations come through. Mom and Dad, we've seen engagements happen here, and now they've got kids showing pigs here.
From an industry standpoint, what are we doing right when we have a show like the fair?
I think we're showcasing the youth of tomorrow. I say it lots of times that it's not about the pigs, it's about the kids. And I don't care if these young people turn into being pork producers, if they're doctors and lawyers and they're willing to remember the positive sides of their experience here at the fair and showing they're helping us, whether they go to Cornell or some other New York university. So what a great opportunity for these young people to share, no matter what they may choose to go into as their career.
Well, we have other parts of the barn we want to see, and I got more questions, so let's keep eating that corn dog. You mentioned earlier about generations. You can remember second generations. That's an Iowan thing, a rural thing too, right? What is generational agriculture? I mean, you're from just like in Mississippi, generations matter.
Absolutely. You take the advice they give you, you hopefully can leave it better than you got it, whether it's handing down land, livestock, or whatever. And I know my granddad, we just had a small cattle operation, and he said, the main thing you can do is make my cow herd better than I had it. And you always hope you can do that. But the same with farm ground, leave it better than you found it. And I think we try and do that, and Iowans are great at doing that here.
Ernie, thank you so very much for taking time, and enjoy your corn dog.
I will. Thank you a lot.
My name is Ellie Hullabar, and I'm pretty involved in 4-H, static-wise and livestock-wise. I show at the county, I show sheep, pigs, rabbits, and dairy. And then static projects, I'm involved in child development, food and nutrition, sewing and needle arts, visual arts, gardening. I'm really big into horticulture, so just overall pretty involved, and I love 4-H. So. I started 4-H when I was 10, so this will be my 9th year and my last year. And I just kind of knew 4-H from the start. I'm the youngest of 5, and all my siblings have gone through 4-H, and I couldn't really wait for it to be my turn and finally get started for my years, and so I just got involved and followed in my family's footsteps, and I've enjoyed it all 9 years. So. The state fair is very competitive. It's a whole different kind of ball game. Here at County, you might have done very well and have been very successful with your animals, but at state fair, you're very humbled. You are put together with everyone else that did great at their county, and it's really competitive. It's a fight to the win, and some people up there are kind of ruthless with just getting their animals ready and the preparation, and those people live in those barns. So when I take sheep up, there's always a ton of sheep in there, and I always try to bring my best ones and hope to compete pretty well with them, but I also take rabbits, and there's a lot of rabbits that come up there, and it always just surprises me, the competition up there. I can't stress that enough. It really puts it into perspective about all these animals statewide that people have had and that people wanted to bring. But on the flip side of that, it's really exciting getting to compete at the upper level, and there's some nerves on showing day, but there's also a lot of excitement. I show sheep, pigs, dairy, and rabbits. Dairy is fairly new. Dairy I kind of also just get into for fun. It's a fun project. It's not really my forte, but I really encourage 4-H'ers to try new projects, and if I'm going to encourage that, I got to follow it up as well. Rabbits-wise, rabbits are kind of like my pride and joy. We have a lot of rabbits at home that we bring and take care of, and it benefits us. It benefits me in the end. And I've won Grand Champion Rabbit 3 times total over my past 4-H years.
Very well deserving of a Grand Champion. Very nice and beautiful.
Last year I actually won Grand Champion Rabbit, so that was really exciting. I would say that my parents have been my main supporters throughout this all. I drew on a lot of inspiration from them. My mom was a 4-H'er, and she brings out the best in us, and she has instilled that throughout our family all of these years. I give credit to my dad on the livestock part, and I give a ton of credit to my mom on the static project part. My advice that I would give to any 4-H'er is to just go out there and try new things. There are so many opportunities that 4-H gives to the youth. Just being raised the way I have, I just continue to promote and encourage them to try new things. Don't be scared. 4-H is full of endless opportunities, and it will shape your character, and your attitude will shape how you enjoy the fair, and those experiences will carry you on through those years.
Well, it's time for a little more trivia. Tonight's question is, take a look at this photograph and see if you can place it on the fairgrounds. Is it in the Livestock Pavilion, Heritage Village, Little Hands on the Farm, or was it taken at the sheep barn? We'll bring you the answer a little later in the show. But first, our good friend Blair Ryan introduces us to something new at the Iowa State Fair this year: food demonstrations in the kitchen.
Typically, when I think salsa, I think veggie loaded. But today, we're going fruit forward.
So first, we're just going to talk about fruits and produce and what you should do to get ready to eat them.
Tell us what's going on here today in the kitchen.
Okay, so I'm part of Iowa State Culinary Science Club, and I was asked by the Iowa State Fair Kitchen to come here and do some workshops. And so I'll be presenting how to make a fruit salsa, telling kids about fruits and how it's good for you and how to cut fruits safely. And then we're going to be all doing a salsa together, and then they get to eat it. At Iowa State, we have Culinary Food Science, which is a program which a lot of people think they hear culinary and they think that we're just cooking, but it's mainly about the science behind food and cooking. So I've done a few of these workshops at Iowa State, and anybody from the area can come. And so now we're doing these at the fair, and we're a lot involved with the fair, so we did something last year also. And we're just really excited that we have this kitchen here, that we can really make this a big thing. So we're gonna be using 2 teaspoons of vegetable oil, and we're also gonna be using 2 teaspoons of lime juice.
Wait, Alexa, what about the lime juice?
Sorry, you hold it over here, and then you want one?
Yeah, we'll just do it.
Yeah,
Bring on the lime juice.
Can I have some help? Sorry.
Over here. Fix it all up.
Now let me mix. Now let me mix.
Anymore, but she would have loved you. What high school did you go to? Mason City.
My favorite part of the salsa is the pineapple. Like it's like the main ingredient and stuff. I'm not quite sure what my favorite part of making it was. Maybe just learning how to chop it the correct way and stuff.
Okay, you made your fruit salsa here today. What part surprised you the most, or what was your favorite thing that you learned?
That it includes pineapple. I didn't know that at the beginning.
What was your favorite part about the fruit making salsa experience today?
Probably getting to use real knives for the first time since we haven't been able to do that.
Was it tricky to cut, or was it easier than you thought?
It was pretty easy.
What'd you think, Ben?
It was okay. The main hold part about it is that watching it so you don't cut yourself.
As culinary science students, we love to know about nutrition and the science behind what we're eating, so we want to also involve the kids on that.
In the more than 50 years we've been covering the fair at Iowa PBS, we've encountered the cow chip throwing contest a lot.
We're here at Pioneer Hall at the 1993 Iowa State Fair for the cow chip throwing competition. Now, every year at Iowa Public Television, we present the cow chip throwing competition in exactly the same way. We pick some piece of music, something obvious like the 1812 Overture or some hillbilly music or something like that, and we just present this as a silly event, year after year after year.
We love covering your favorite contests and events year after year, but sometimes this consistency presents a creative challenge to our producers.
This time, we're going to do something different. We're going to look at the art of the cow chip throwing contest.
I think with the first year of cow chip throwing, I did it one way. I don't know if it was what I did, but the second year, I think I was with Peter on this one, and so we did the science of trajectory and stuff like that on how a cow chip is supposed to go through the air. And then the third one, I think I did it so that it was obvious I was not going to do anymore.
It soars just like an eagle in the sky and seems as if forever it could fly.
Peter, this isn't working.
Oh,
This
come
stinks.
on, it's beautiful.
It stinks, and it's not what they're throwing that stinks.
Oh, come on. You guys have no artistic sense
Read this.
whatsoever. This part?
Read it.
Who knows why or how cow chip throwing got started, and we're not sure if we even care. That's your lead? Heads up. Now, you may remember last year I tried to bring you this event by focusing on the grace and poetic beauty of cow chip throwing, but you may also remember I had some serious disagreements with my producer about that approach. Well, we have dealt with that this time.
After that, I think Jerry decided, yeah, I guess he's tired of doing cow chip throwing contests.
I'm here at Pioneer Hall getting ready for the cow chip throwing contest. Now, I've been covering the State Fair for 25 years, and in the past I was always invited to join the competition. But about 5 years ago, I threw the cow chip and hit a cameraman, and then the phone went silent. Nobody's been asking me.
Heads up, here we go.
I got hit twice today, and I had a floater in the cup. And it's a dangerous job, but somebody has to do it.
No.
Now an event that makes you glad there's no such thing as smell-o-vision.
Thanks, Bill. This is one event where everybody really chips in. Are there a lot of entrants in the competition today? I can't talk very well.
Yes, I noticed you've got something on your... Why do you have that on your nose?
What on my nose?
Oh, don't you have something?
No, I didn't notice.
Okay.
Tell me how many are competing today.
Well, I don't know the exact number. They're still taking registrants.
If we've learned anything over the years here at Iowa PBS, it's that we can't take ourselves too seriously.
You know, I kind of thought this was going to be a smelly event, but for some reason it's not bothering me at all.
Which brings us to 2022, where the tradition continues at Pioneer Hall. Hi, Bill Riley here, and I'm known for some of the more classy events here at the Iowa State Fair. Of course, the talent search and the championships. I participate in the crowning of the Iowa State Fair Queen, so I took it upon myself to come up to Pioneer Hall and put a little more culture into things here at the Cow Chip Throwing Contest.
Oh, yes. Very nice.
You know, through the years, people have accused me of being full of it. After I sign this piece of paper, I'm going to get to toss it.
Need help spelling your name?
I was wondering where you were. Are you okay this morning?
Yeah, I'm all warmed up. I've already run a couple of miles. Got the arm.
Do you know who Barry Bonds is?
Hey,
you know,
whatever
like
it takes. They didn't kick him out of the league. They're not kicking me out.
All right.
I think I did great for my first time.
How far did you throw?
114 feet. I was like, hey, Mom, when's that cow chip thing? So she figured it out. We came today, and I threw the cow chip.
You know, Paul, when I'm looking at this, I just want to make sure everybody knows that Bill has 2 L's and Riley is R-I-L-E-Y.
My name's already on there, though.
Yeah, I saw it.
I guess I did okay. It's the first time I've ever thrown.
How far did you throw?
77 feet. I used to throw discus in high school. I just thought I'd try it. I was hoping I would throw over 10 feet, that's all.
All right, next up, please welcome Bill Riley to the throwing line. Bill!
This was a brutal round today, Bill.
Where's your staff? Don't you have a staff that usually pats you down and masseuse? And
It was kind of tough. I must not have been as warmed up as I thought. I just didn't get much distance. You know, it's all about the competition. We're going to work hard. We're going to review the tape. Hope to try again, next year and see how it goes.
Thanks to everybody for the invite. We had a gas.
Did you win a ribbon at the fair this year? Congratulations! Here are some of the lucky and talented winners.
We're going to take a quick break, but don't go away. We've got more fair highlights coming your way like these. We'll remember the Wild Wild West with a cowboy-mounted shooting competition. We'll see who has the sharpest skills and the most grit at the Mountain Man Camp. And we'll learn more about how food gets from the farm to your table at the Farm to Fair dinner. We'll see you right back here for more State Fair fun on Iowa PBS. The competition, it only gets closer as the week goes on at the Riley stage. Here are some acts marching on. Don't forget, we'll bring you the Talent Championships here on Iowa PBS Sunday, August 21st at 8 p.m. And we're back, everyone, and we're just in time to head over to the Jacobson Center for some real fun. Now, this is the Cowboy Mounted Shooting Competition.
Mounted shooting is precision shooting with Colt 45 revolvers on horseback. We have a set course, and we shoot 5 balloons, holster, pull out your next gun, and shoot your second 5, all for time.
I got started in the sport simply because I grew up riding horses, and I also grew up shooting guns, and then this sport encompasses both of those. It's great desensitizing your horse, and on top of all of it, the people in this sport are absolutely amazing.
Okay, so everyone around here, there's probably over 20 people wearing blue shirts, and they're all the Travis family. The Travis family is from Crescent, Iowa, and we're the majority probably here today, and we're all wearing blue shirts to kind of match so you can tell us apart.
As soon as you know, there's 30 of us shooting in Crescent now. We went to a clinic one time and we decided we wanted to do it. We all love guns and had horses, so what better idea to combine the both of them? It humbles you very fast. You can have a great stage, and then the very next stage you can miss one and completely throw you off. So it's a very humbling sport, but it's a lot of fun. Everybody's super encouraging. Here, you make a lot of really good friends and are able to just have a great time.
Oh, I think the horses absolutely love it. When they go in the arena, they know exactly what they're about to do. As you can see, he hears the shooting, and his ears start perking up, his feet start dancing.
Yeah, you got to take care of them. They're working hard for you out there, so it's constantly making sure that they're healthy and good to go, and just go out there and you have that connection.
It takes a lot of courage, and it takes a phenomenal animal, great horses. It takes an army to do this sport because you have your friends that help you out. You have your guns, all your equipment that you have to bring to every event. Make sure that you are prepared and ready to go because it can be a dangerous sport. Anytime you're dealing with horses, someone can get hurt, but we always hope for the best. And like I said, it just takes a village for this sport.
Hi, I'm Brooke Kolsdorf. Yoga can be beneficial both mentally and physically for school-aged children. Let's check in with some of the students as they learn about the benefits of yoga here at the Hy-Vee Fun Forest stage at the Iowa State Fair.
Okay, so for the cat, we're gonna arch our back. And then for the cow, we're gonna drop our belly down low and we're gonna look up. Okay, so now that you got the movement down, I want you to make the noises with it, okay? So when we make our cat and we arch our back, what sound are we making? There we go. And then
I think it's just a neat way to try something different, and they're getting a little exercise, but at the same time it's a calming exercise. So I know a lot of schools are doing it in the classroom a little bit more, just kind of as a movement thing, but the breathing calms them down.
All right, so we're inhaling up. There you go, back down. Again, snake. All right, we're gonna go back to our feet. We're gonna do a yoga sequence again, but we're gonna make it a ladder. We'll see how good you guys are at remembering things. Down dog. There we go. And our llama. Warrior two.
They're proud of themselves because it's something that almost all of them are able to do. There's not, it's not like a sport where you have to have a certain skill to jump high or run faster. They're all able to participate and excel at it. So they feel confident and proud of themselves when they're done.
Inhale back up. Step back. Hands to our heart. Shoot those arms out. Then jump to the top. Perfect.
What's your favorite part of yoga? What do you like about doing it?
I like to feel stretched out.
Yeah.
And I just like to stretch and stuff.
Step back. Hands to our heart. Shoot them out. Jump. Good job, guys. All right, now I want you to sit down. Pull each other. There you go. These girls in the front got it.
Was this your first time ever doing yoga?
Yes, it was.
What do you think?
I liked it.
Maybe you start with your hands next to you and then raise them up in the air once you got it. Ooh, we got hand holding. That's so sweet. Good job, guys. Now I want you to lay on your bellies and face your partner. So we're gonna do that cobra like we did earlier. Remember how we made our snakes? But I want you to press into your partner's hands to raise up.
I think just exposing them to different varieties of exercise, whether it's the kids yoga, or I've done pool noodle drumming before at school, and it's just introducing them in different ways that exercise isn't necessarily basketball. There are different things, and if you find something that you like and excel at it, then that's something that they can do long term.
Do you feel better having done yoga, or how do you feel right now?
I feel better than I did before.
Is this your first time doing yoga?
No, I've done it with my mom and my sister before.
Okay. So you're kind of a pro at this.
Kind of.
Hands on your head.
At the far northeast corner of the fairgrounds, tucked away between the Susan Knapp Amphitheater and the fire station, you're going to find a series of tents and teepees. It's a recreation of a mountain man rendezvous, and it is a great place to learn a lot more about this way of life.
What I'm going to use is pyrite, and I'll strike the pyrite with flint. Pyrite is the Greek word that stands for fire. It's where you get pyrotechnics.
When the mountain men had been up there trapping and the fur traders trapping all winter, then they needed to bring their goods to market to replenish their stock of things that they needed, and would spend several weeks visiting, trading goods, catching up on the news. So this is a reenactment of that time period.
If you think, well, that looks pretty fun, you can actually buy a few tomahawk throws and give it a try yourself. Let's see if I can avoid embarrassing myself here. Yeah! Yes! Bullseye! We missed the match, but we got a little bit of the card. So I will take that one any day for a starter.
So that flake there is a good, look at the sharp edge on that. You don't see this every day. Like flint knappers, we're not like on every corner, but I think it's a good way. People are really interested. Everyone's culture made stone tools. That's something we all have in common, like the fire, like breathing, like spirit. And so it's a way of connecting with that part of themselves. They all have it in their ancestry.
Mark, you make a variety of flutes. They're gorgeous. Tell me a little bit more about them and how you got started doing this.
Well, I started making flutes just because I love the sound, and I fell in love the minute I heard the flute. I fell in love, and so I was too poor to buy one, so I decided I'd try to make it. I want to make a really good flute because I want people to enjoy the sound that I did.
A lot of these things are ways of life and things that people don't see nowadays. Why is it important to share that with fairgoers and let them see this?
Well, I think mainly the history and the perseverance of our ancestors and the ingenuity and creativity. They used the resources, the God-given resources on the land and in nature to basically provide everything they needed. But it was not just handed to them. They had to work to change it into the form that they could use it for food, clothing, housing, shelter.
Hey, how'd you do with tonight's trivia question? So the question was, take a look at this photograph and where was it taken? Was it at the Livestock Pavilion, Heritage Village, Little Hands on the Farm, or was it in the sheep barn? Does it look familiar? We were just there. It's in the Heritage Village. That's a section of the fairgrounds that depicts Iowa life around the time that the fair was established way back in 1854. Now let's travel across the fairgrounds to the DNR building, which is just west of the grandstand. The folks there love to share their knowledge of Iowa's beauty and wildlife.
The best part about camping is the food, but sometimes you want more than hot dogs and hamburgers. Here in the DNR courtyard, we're learning techniques that you can use for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and dessert.
So we're using pie irons, so we're using cast iron on a stick and making food in the outdoors. Has anybody used one of these before? So for the pie iron, I always like to start by warming it up. And then once it's warmed, I put it on my wood so I don't melt things, melt the table. I'll spray it down, get it seasoned, get it ready so the bread doesn't stick. Then I'm gonna add all my ingredients. So I'm doing pizzas. Once I've done with the filling, I'm gonna close it up quickly, push the bread in, take it over, and I'm gonna put it on the coals or fire. And then I'm gonna flip it occasionally, make sure that it doesn't burn. I can open it up and check on it. And then once it's done, take it over and unload it and cut it up and it's ready to eat. Benefit is you get that long duration of time that you can share and make things with your family and really experience all the things that go into making the food, slow it down, and really have that time with your family in the woods in the outdoors. Any breakfast, lunch, dinner, things you could come up with, that's what you can make. My favorite recently that I've been making a lot is French toast. Oh my gosh, when it's toasted and then it's warmed, it's so good. Anything you could think of putting in between 2 slices of bread, do it. And it doesn't have to be bread. You could do tortillas, so you can make tacos. I push it in.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
There we go.
Sometimes they just do hash browns and an egg and cook it, and no bread or any vehicle like that. I really like the Pudgy Pies because everybody likes sandwiches, and so you can bring whatever ingredients. If people don't like certain things, they can push it together and make what they want. And so it's really fun to use something that everybody can use and everybody can have a hand in and making. Recently was on a camping trip and it was so fun. Like I cooked breakfast and dinners over the fire, so I had to make it. So that means getting up before everybody so then the fire's ready. And I really enjoyed that because that peace that comes with being the only one awake in the campground, having that peace, putting it into the love that you have for the food, that really makes it even more wonderful.
A simple tool like a pie iron will make your outdoor experience a surprise culinary experience too.
This is the Farm to Fair meal. This is a chance for consumers to sit down and have a meal right next to the farmer that produced their meal. We decided a few years ago that'd be a way to show our fairgoers the connection between the farmer and their food. They had to apply to come, and then 100 were selected, and they're bringing a guest, and then we'll also have 100 farmers mingled in with them.
I found out a couple of weeks ago. My mom said that she had won tickets to this, and she said we're going.
I just saw it on Facebook, and I thought it was really cool. He's very interested in agriculture. Grandparents had a farm. They had cows, chickens, pigs, peacocks. They had a ton of stuff. I was lucky enough to grow up with that. Unfortunately, he didn't get to. I was going to try to keep it a surprise like up until today, but I'm not very good at that. So I told him and surprised him, and he was pretty pumped about it.
You've got to see somebody with one of these Proud Iowa Farmer buttons on. That means it is open game. You can ask them anything about agriculture, right?
With as many generations removed from the farm as we are, I'm sure there'll be a lot of interesting topics brought up tonight, but I'm glad to be here and talk about what we do and give the consumers a better understanding of why we do what we do.
It's actually sponsored by our 7 commodity groups here in Iowa, so the Midwest Dairy Association, the Iowa Beef Industry Council, Iowa Pork Producers, Iowa Corn, Iowa Soybean, Iowa Turkey, and Iowa Egg.
Some of you have already found this, but you've got your menu for tonight in here. And of course, guess what? We're feasting on some wonderful Iowa-grown products. It's the 3rd time that we've done this at the Iowa State Fair. And in a new venue tonight, we're in the Alliant Energy Landing, which is, I couldn't think of a better location for this. And this is all about learning about Iowa ag and celebrating Iowa agriculture. Fortunately, there's just fewer and fewer people directly involved in food production in this country, which makes it even more important to make sure that we are trying to connect those dots, that consumers have a better appreciation of where their food comes from. You know, over the last couple of years, we've seen disruptions to our supply chain. You know, folks have frankly gone into grocery stores and maybe not been able to find everything that they want or as much as they would have wanted. And so I pray that what comes out of that is maybe that appreciation or understanding that food starts on a farm somewhere.
We just finished taking the bar and moving and finishing school, and we were looking for a sort of a vacation to go on, and so I thought of like a tour to Iowa would be really fun because the fair was happening and she's been talking it up for years, so we had to come.
I mean, once she kind of floated the idea of us doing an Iowa trip, we knew we would go to my parents' house for a while. They still live in rural Iowa. So I was looking at the schedule of things, and this happened to be there, and I thought, oh yeah, I'll definitely see if we can get here. And when there were corn-based items on the menu, that was a huge seller for me.
And peaches.
Peaches, yeah, peach ice cream.
Sort of something you have to see to believe, I think, with the Iowa hype. And I do understand it. Aaron loves Iowa so much that like you can't help but also feel like you've got to love it, or like what's wrong with you? A lot of our friends are in Europe right now, and I'm like, no, Iowa is where to be. Yeah.
Welcome to the 2022 Truck and Tractor Pulls. You know the drill, fans. It's skilled dirt track motorists in mean machines, vying for the best distance hauling a massive payload. The Pulls enjoyed a decades-long run at the historic grandstand, but unlike 2020's preemption, this Iowa State Fair Classic endured 4 years of lockdown, roaring back to a new home, the Elwell Family Park, just last year. I'm Paul Yeager. Let's take a look at a few of the highlights. We open up with the Pro 4x4, Alan Brommel driving Wild Thing. He's out of New Virginia, Iowa. The Dodge does well. Great open, third place, 333.42. Keith Hammonds out of Green City, Missouri, driving Bipolar. He's gonna go by a whole lot of competition with this pull. The old Chevy, second place, 337.92. And Jeremy Stevens out of Beatrice, Nebraska, the Irritator. He's getting under the skin of his competitors with this great pull in the GMC. First place, 344.10. We caught up with Dave Nelson of Outlaw Truck and Tractor Pull earlier, who gave us the lowdown on the new track at the Elwell Family Park.
The grandstand had its own nostalgia and its own place in history. The track was a racetrack, so the track was hard. When we have these kind of sun and temperatures in the middle of August, that track got really hard. But by being able to come over to the Elwell Center, they specifically asked us, what kind of a pull-in track do you want? What makes a good tractor pull track? Because we're gonna build it for you. So they dug down 24 inches, the whole width of the track, and they brought in dirt for that whole area of clay sand mixture that we told them we wanted.
Now on to the Super Farm. Chad Wheatzenkamp. Hooper, Nebraska's his town someday. He's gonna drive that turbo. Look at the old IH, the International. Third place, 335.39, great start. Now it's Tommy Platt out of Hubbard. He's driving a gray area. The John Deere gets airborne. Green means go to second place, 338.78. And Dave Roseboom out of Rock Valley, driving Red Rock. The old 1466 is rocking and rolling and pulling a first place finish of 352.29.
My favorite thing about tractor pulling and truck pulling, it's the noise on the track, but it's the noise in the pits as well. It's the smoke, it's the diesel smell, it's the alcohol, and it's the rumble in your body when those things are going down the track with all the torque and all the power. So this is NASCAR of truck and tractor pulling for us farm boys.
Now time for the modified tractors. Donald Nelson out of Cat Spring, Texas. He's driving Twisted Whip. Pops a wheelie and pops off a great pull. Third place, 304.97. Now Cameron Neves, driving Cotton Candy. He's out of McAdoo, Texas. Look at this sweet pull. Fans love it. So's the engine. Second place, 305.38. And now Wayne Longnecker, the River Rat, not too far from his home of Cambridge, Iowa. He flows on down the track. Great debut to first place, 320.41. Thanks for joining us for Truck and Tractor Pulse. I'm Paul Yeager. To quote my friend Bill Riley, have fun at the fair.
Before we go, let's slow down and take a quiet moment to enjoy another as if you were there at the fair. And that wraps up another evening of Fair 2022. If you want to experience the show again, log into our website or our YouTube channel. There you can find our full show list. Our Facebook and Instagram pages, they have loads of State Fair stories there from the past and the present. Make sure you check it out. There's a variety of ways you can engage with us about our beloved Iowa State Fair, anytime, anywhere. But we'll be back again tomorrow night with a very special night of coverage, which includes some traditional Saturday night favorites, like the 4-H and FFA Sale of Champions. We'll also experience something new at the fair this year, the sensory-friendly morning. And we'll learn about building a house at the fair. So don't miss it. It's the best State Fair coverage around, right here on Iowa PBS. Until tomorrow night, I'm Bill Riley. Remember, have fun at the fair.
Funding for Fair 2022 is brought to you by Friends, the Iowa PBS Foundation, and by...
For more than 110 years, EMC Insurance Companies has served policyholders, independent agents, and local communities, providing insurance products for both business and life. Count on EMC.
Caring for pigs is not just an individual job. It truly does take a village to put a safe, healthy food on your table and keep farming sustainable.